Basic Interactive Kyrgyz and Russian language courses. The courses are based on such communicative functions as informal and formal greetings, telling about oneself, expressing understanding, expressing likes, dislikes, expressing one's opinion, asking for permission, stating whether something is right or wrong. While listening, the speaker is going to ask you to repeat the words to reply to the questions and ask questions. Let's start with the Kyrgyz. Lesson 1. Informal greeting. Informal way of greeting among young people is salam, salam, which means hi. Try to say it after the speaker.
Salam, salam.
Listen to how two friends greet.
Salam,
Salam. Salam Hasan.
salam Aisha.
You probably guessed the speaker's names Asan and Aisha are common Kyrgyz names. Asan is a boy's name and Aisha is a girl's name. Let's practice. Asan and Aisha are going to greet you in turns. Listen and greet them.
Salam John.
Salam John.
Now you greet first.
Salam John.
Greet Aisha.
Salam John.
After salam, people usually say Kandaisan, which means how are you? Kandaisan. Kandaisan. Try to say it after the speaker.
Kandaisan. Kandaisan.
Usual reply is Jakshe, Jakshe, which means good. Sometimes the reply is Jakshe, Rahmat, Jakshe, Rahmat, Jakshe, Rahmat, which means good, thank you. Repeat these words after the speaker.
Jakshe. Jakshe Rahmat.
Listen to how Asan and Aisha say these question and answer.
Kandaisan Aisha.
Jakshe. Kandaisan Hasan.
Jakshe Rahmat.
Let's practice. Asan and Aisha are going to ask you. Reply to them.
Kandaisan John.
Kandaisan John.
Now you ask them. Ask Asan.
Jakshe.
Ask Aisha.
Jakshe Rahmat.
Now, let's review the greeting from the beginning. Listen to how Asan and Aisha greet each other.
Salam Aisha.
Salam Hasan.
Kandaisan.
Jakshe Rahmat.
Now greet with Asan. Reply to him.
Salam John. Kandaisan.
Now greet with Aisha. You start.
Salam John. Jakshe Rahmat.
Lesson 2. Formal greeting. Formal way of greeting is Salamatsizbe. Salamatsizbe, which means good morning, or good day, or good evening. It can be used any time of the day for greetings with elderly people, both male and female. Try to say it after the speaker.
Salamat sizbe. Salamat sizbe.
The reply is the same. Salamat sizbe. This is the polite greeting between two unfamiliar people. Listen to how these people greet each other.
Salamat sizbe.
Salamat Sizbe.
But between a young person and an elderly man or woman on the street, the reply is Salamat Chaluk. In this case, a young person usually starts the greeting and the elderly person replies. Listen how a young man greets an elderly man.
Salamat Sizbe.
Salamatçılık.
A young man greets an elderly woman.
Salamat Sizbe.
Salamat Chaluk.
Try to say the reply after the speaker.
Salamat Chaluk. Salamat Chaluk.
Let's practice. Asan and Aisha are going to formally greet you. Listen and greet them in turns.
Salamat Sizbe.
Salamatsız mı?
Now you greet first. Greet to song.
Salamatçılık.
Greet Aisha.
Salamatçılık.
You met an elderly man on the street. Greet him and listen to the reply.
Salamatçılık.
Like an informal greeting, to continue the conversation, we say kandaysız. Pay attention to the formal ending sız, which differs this word from an informal one. Kandaysız. Kandaysız. How are you? The reply is the same. Jakshi, rahmat. Jakshi, rahmat. Let's review the formal greeting from the beginning. Listen to how Aisha greets an elderly man.
Salamatsız mı?
Salamatçılık.
Kandaysız.
Jakşı, rahmat.
Now you are going to greet an elderly woman in the same way. You start greeting.
Salamatçılık. Jakşı, rahmat.
Now you are going to greet an elderly man. After greeting, introduce yourself. Greet first.
Salamatçılık. Jakşı, rahmat.
Good job! You are really making good progress. Lesson 3. Telling about oneself. To introduce yourself, you can say, Benim adım John. My name is John. Benim adım Amy. My name is Amy. Benim adım John. Benim adım Amy. Say it after the speaker. First slowly, then faster.
Benim adım Ayşe.
Benim adım Hasan.
Benim adım Ayşe.
Benim adım Hasan.
Now, say your name in Kyrgyz. To ask someone's name, you have to say, Sizin adınız kim? Sizin adınız kim? Try to say it after the speaker.
Sizin adınız kim? Sizin adınız kim?
Hassan is going to ask your name. Respond to him.
Sizin adınız kim?
Aisha is going to ask your name. Respond to her.
Sizin adınız kim?
You met a man on the street. You don't know his name. Ask his name.
Benim adım Marat.
You met a girl. Ask her name.
Benim adım Altınay.
You met another Kyrgyz boy on the street. Ask his name and tell him yours.
Benim adım Akıl.
To tell about yourself, like I'm a volunteer, you should say, Men volunteerman. Men volunteerman. Men volunteerman. Try to say it after the speaker.
Men volunteerman. Men volunteerman.
Listen to how Amy says the phrase.
Men volunteerman. Men volunteerman.
To say I am from America, you should say Men Amerika'dan geldim. Men Amerika'dan geldim. Men Amerika'dan geldim. Try to say it after the speaker.
Men Amerika'dan geldim. Men Amerika'dan geldim.
Listen to how Amy says the phrase and try to repeat after her.
Men Amerika'dan geldim. Men Amerika'dan geldim.
Amy's going to tell about herself. Listen.
Salam, benim adım Amy. Men volunteerman. Men Amerika'dan geldim.
Now tell about yourself. To ask, where do you come from? Say, Siz kaydan geldiniz? Siz kaydan geldiniz? Try to say it after the speaker.
Siz kaydan geldiniz? Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Let's practice. Listen how PC volunteer Amy replies to Hassan's question.
Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Men Amerika'dan geldim. Men volunteerman.
Hassan is going to ask you. Reply to him.
Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Aisha is going to ask you. Reply to her.
Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Let's review everything we learned so far. Listen to a talk between Amy and Hassan.
Salamatsızbı?
Salamatçılık.
Kandaysız?
Жақсы, рахмат.
Menin adım Hasan. Sizdin adınız kim?
Menin adım Amy.
Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Men Amerika'dan geldim. Men volunteerman.
Aisha is going to talk to you. Reply to her questions and ask her.
Salamatsızbı? Kandaysız? Sizin adınız kim? Menin adım Ayşe. Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Lesson 4. Expressing, understanding, misunderstanding. When you misheard someone or misunderstood, you can say Keçidesiz, tüşün jokman. Keçidesiz, tüşün jokman, which means, excuse me, I didn't understand. Try to say this phrase after the speaker.
Keçireysiz? Düşüngün yok mu? Keçireysiz? Düşüngün yok mu?
Listen how Amy uses the phrase in his speech, talking to a person.
Salamatsızbı?
Salamatçılık?
Menin adım Amy.
Menin adım Akıl.
Siz kaydan geldiniz?
Men bu yerden emesmin. Başka jaktan geldim.
Keçiresiz, tüşüngün yok mu?
Like Amy, you would understand what Akila said. He said that he was not local. He came from another place. To reply, Aisha while talking to her. If you misunderstand something, say the phrase, excuse me, I didn't understand you.
Salamatsızbı? Kandaysız? Sizden adınız kim? Menin adım Ayşe. Siz Kyrgyzca söylüyorsunuz mu?
By the use of voice fluctuation, you might have guessed that it was a question. She was asking, do you speak Kyrgyz? Siz Kyrgyzca söylüyorsunuz mu? Siz Kyrgyzca söylüyorsunuz mu? Try to say it after the speaker.
Siz Kırgızca söylüyorsunuz mu? Siz Kırgızca söylüyorsunuz mu?
Another word to express misunderstanding is kaytalangiz, which means repeat please. Kaytalangiz. Kaytalangiz. Try to say it after the speaker.
Kaytalangiz. Kaytalangiz.
You can also say Jayrak Sülöngizçü. Jayrak Sülöngizçü. Jayrak Sülöngizçü, which means speak slowly, please. Try to say this phrase after the speaker.
Jayarak söylüyorsunuz. Jayarak söylüyorsunuz.
To express your understanding, you can say Düşündüm, which is I understood. Düşündüm. Düşündüm. Say it after the speaker.
Düşündüm. Düşündüm.
Lesson 5. Expressing likes and dislikes. Probably the first thing you will like about Kyrgyzstan is the mountains. To say I like mountains will be Maga Tolor Jagat. Maga Tolor Jagat. Try to say the phrase after the speaker.
Magatolor jagat. Magatolor jagat.
Michael is going to tell you about himself and his feelings of mountains.
Menin adım Michael. Men volunteerman. Men Amerika'dan geldim. Maga tolor jagat.
To say about something you like, use maga, jagat, phrase, and put nouns between them. Listen to the speaker and repeat.
Maga basketball jagat. Maga tennis jagat. Maga football jagat.
You probably guessed the names of some sport games. Many of them became international words and sound almost the same. Now, tell about yourself and your interests. To say I don't like, you should say maga jakpait. Maga jakpait. Try to say it after the speaker.
Maga jakpait. Maga jakpait.
Listen how Michael says that he doesn't like meat, vodka, and coffee, and try to say it after him.
Maga et jakpait. Maga arak jakpait. Maga coffee jakpait.
To ask another person, say, Sizge jagabu? Sizge jagabu? Try to say it after the speaker.
Sizge jagabu? Sizge jagabu?
Michael's going to ask you. Reply to him.
Sizge tolor jagabu? Sizge coffee jagabu?
Some more phrases to express likes and dislikes. Try to say them after the speaker.
Abdan jakşı. Very good. Soninakin. Wonderful. Jaman. Bad. Jamangurum. I don't like.
Now tell about yourself and your interests. Lesson 6. Stating whether something is right or wrong. To say this is right, say bul tura. Bul tura. Try to say it after the speaker.
Bul tura. Bul tura.
To ask, is this right? Say bul turabı. Bul turabı. Try to say it after the speaker.
Bul turabı. Bul turabı.
To say this is not right, say bul tura ames. Bul tura ames. Try to say it after the speaker.
Bul turames. Bul turames.
All the three form statements, question and negation, can be used without bul. Now Jenna is going to ask you. Reply to her.
Bul turabı.
Ask Jenna.
Tura.
Lesson 7. Expressing one's opinion. To express your opinion, say "Mien oyloynum," which is I think, I guess. Mien oyloym. Mien oyloym. Try to say it after the speaker.
Men oyloym. Men oyloym.
Jenna is going to express her opinion. Listen and repeat.
Men oylum bul tura. Men oylum bul tura.
To ask a question like, what do you think? Say, Kanday oyloyunuz, oyloysuz. Kanday oyloysuz. Try to say it after the speaker.
Kanday oyloysuz. Kanday oyloysuz.
Ask for Jenna's opinion and listen to her answer.
Men oylum bul tura.
Jenna is going to ask you. Reply to her.
Kanda oylosuz.
Lesson 8. Asking for permission. To ask for permission, like, can I ask? Say, Surasam bolubu? Surasam bolubu? Try to say it after the speaker.
Surasam bolubu? Surasan bolobu?
The answer is Oba bolot. Oba bolot. Say it after the speaker.
Ova, bolot. Ova, bolot.
Hasan is going to ask you. Reply to him.
Surasan bolobu?
Ask Hasan for permission and listen to his answer.
Ova, bolot.
To ask, can I take, say, Assam bolubu? Assam bolubu? Say it after the speaker.
Alsam bolobu? Alsam bolobu?
Try to ask Aisha and listen to her reply.
Ova, bolot.
Aisha is going to ask you. Reply to her.
Alsam bolobu?
As you guessed, in this question, the second word, bolubu, is like English can, never changes. It is always bolubu. But the first word is the main verb. It takes the first person ending. Here are some verbs with the first person endings and with their literal English equivalents. Listen to the speaker and try to repeat after the speaker.
Kirsem, I come in. Kodonsum, I use. Korsum, I see.
Try to ask for permission with the verb kirsim and listen to the answer.
Ova, bolat.
Now ask with the verb kodongsun and listen to the answer.
Ova, bolat.
Now ask with the verb kursum and listen to the answer.
Ova, bolat.
Aisha is going to ask permission using those verbs. Reply to her.
Kirsem bolabu? Kodonsum bolabu? Korsum bolabu?